So I just took a little sandpaper. I am gonna do just a few things up here because I didn't want to cut. So we're just going to get a little of this right now, just so the sharpness is off. And I think that's good enough. We'll take and wipe this down with a little denatured alcohol, just so it'll look a little more decent. Take everything out from the inside. We're then going to take this one, bring it down. I do want to see if I can get, I know that that's in the fiberglass, so let me find out how I'm going to get that out. But let's go ahead and pull this one out. Well, here we go. So far, so good. A lot of sanding that has to be done on it to make it look really pretty, but that is about what it's going to look like. Okay, let's bring the other one down. I think I'm going to keep this paper. I mean, we'll get this so that it's stretched out. Make it easier when we start to epoxy it, although that's all going to trap dust, so let's take it out for now, but we'll bring this one down. So what I'm kind of looking at, so there are some places here we have to fill in and do a little work on and trim out. Here's some areas that's going to need some puttying, but definitely not as much as the other one. We are going to have to come back and fill this in. I'm trying to figure out whether to put a Coaming in there or not. Probably will, just because that's pretty big. And then we also need to really kind of work on this. So that does also make me, I think what I'm going to do is definitely order a half a gallon of this. I don't know how long it's going to take to get in, but you know, if we've got to do 2 more coats of that one out there, we've got to do this, we've got to do 2 coats here, we've got to do all this epoxying in here. We're just going to need it. So I'm going to go ahead and order that today. I think the thing that I will do is I'll go ahead and start trimming out some of this here to get that nice. I'm going to see if I can get this off. I don't know if I can. Probably sand that off. But let's get this all flush. And then we can think about how we're going to do the inside of that one. Start cutting and doing what we need to do there. Well, that kind of sized a few things up. One thing that I don't know what I'm going to do about this. So if you can tell, I did have permanent marker on the wood and I fiberglassed over that. So that's not good because there'll be a line there. I guess I could come back with a, what would be cool is maybe a paint red line or something like that. I guess that would be pretty cool, and varnish all the way around there. That would be kind of neat. Maybe that's what I'll end up doing. But I think what I'm going to do for now is just kind of hold, and we'll need to mix up some epoxy, and we'll take and fill in all of these areas here, any of the holes that are protruding. We'll let those dry. You know what? Why don't we just do that now? Let's check the time. It's like 10 o'clock. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we can allow that stuff to dry. And then we can go in and do all the other stuff we want to do. It won't take us any more than a half an hour to do all this. So let's mix up some epoxy and get this taken care of. that's going to be it for now. I've gone through and taken a lot of time, and we've sealed off all of those areas where there could be, you know, some holes, and we've also made sure that we've patched everything in. I've actually left this a little bulky here so that I can come in and kind of shape that a little bit more. But we're going to let this dry. This is going to be good. I think the next thing we'll try to tackle is getting this down so that that'll be nice and sturdy, but we're not going to mess with this anymore. I am going to get the other boat back in here, get it up on the rack, just because that epoxy, we don't want, there is no UV protection on that. So let's get out here and we'll just, I want to sit in it. Oh yeah, I'm sitting on the back here, and so that's working out really well. Might as well sit in it. Oh yeah. Oh, this is going to be nice. Of course, this will even be stronger, but it feels really strong. Hopefully it's sturdy. I feel like I can level it pretty well. It's going to be nicer when I get a seat in it, but I think this is going to be good. So that's it for a little bit. We'll come back out and continue working when all that's dried, and we'll get the bulkhead on the back sealed in. We'll come back at you. Hey, for those of you that had watched this channel back when we very first started, we came out and we actually made templates, and those templates allowed us to then cut all the other pieces that we needed to have. The same principle is going to happen with this. We're just going to take and cut out the coaming. I've done some lamination, and I've got I don't know, 4 pieces that we'll end up cutting. So I'm just going to cut those here with the router. So we'll take and right along that bit there and be able to make these match the others. So let's get this done. Well, we've got a little problem here. We're going to kind of solve it. It looks as though we've got a little smoke out of here. So I'm going to take this apart and see what the problem is. So we peeled it all apart, got it working again, oiled everything up, and now we're going to try to work these in. Well, I'm sorry, I gave up on filming the biggest part, because when I very first started, I had already taken apart my router, and that was such a mess. So I put it all back together, and then when I started, it was smoking. So we shut that off, and then I put it back together. Everything was working fine, but then I didn't have enough tape to kind of keep these together. I would do a little bit, and so that just really didn't work out well. So I just stopped altogether. But I was able to finish these out, and just to kind of show you how these will end up being, let's see if I can get this down a little further here. So you still need to cut them, so I'll need to trim these out, and they'll actually be 2 plies on top of this, and then another piece on that. But if we kind of just take, I'll just kind of clamp these down, just so you can kind of see. And there's going to actually be quite a bit of sanding that'll go on these. We'll actually put these together with fillet, and then with as many clamps that we've got, we'll clamp these puppies down. So we'll have clamps all along here. So So the one thing that does also, now of course I still don't have any fiberglass on top of this. The strength, as it's becoming more and more, I'm getting more and more fiberglass on there, it's just getting stronger and stronger. So with this on here, this is really going to put this lip on, and then I've got that big piece there that's going to go all around this, and this will allow just enough areas so you can keep the water out from under it. So that's about it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch us today. Subscribe if you like the content. Hit that thumbs up. We always appreciate that. And make sure to turn on your post notifications to catch all the episodes of the Bucket List Project. Thanks for watching.